When hiring an electrical apprentice for remodel work, it's important to consider specific traits, testing methods, and salary determination. For traits, firstly, look for a strong work ethic and willingness to learn. The apprentice should be eager to absorb knowledge and take on challenges. Secondly, attention to detail and craftsmanship are important, as accuracy and precision are crucial for electrical work. Thirdly, problem-solving skills are needed. They should be able to identify electrical issues and develop practical solutions. Fourthly, communication and interpersonal skills are necessary, as they need the ability to interact with clients, co-workers, and contractors. Fifthly, physical fitness is important because electrical work can involve lifting, crawling, and extended periods of standing. Sixthly, flexibility and adaptability are needed, as they should be able to work in different environments and on various types of projects. Seventhly, a positive attitude and desire to grow is helpful because they should be passionate about the electrical field and seek opportunities for professional development. For oral or written tests, firstly, test their understanding of basic electrical theory. This includes electrical principles, Ohm's law, and circuit analysis. Secondly, code knowledge should be tested. Evaluate their familiarity with relevant electrical codes, such as the National Electrical Code, also known as the NEC. Thirdly, present them with troubleshooting scenarios. Provide hypothetical electrical problems and ask how they would diagnose and resolve them. Fourthly, math skills are important to test. Test their ability to perform basic math operations involving electrical parameters such as voltage, amperage, and resistance. Fifthly, for remodel work, assess their basic carpentry skills such as using a measuring tape, cutting lumber, and installing drywall. Other considerations include a background check to ensure reliability and trustworthiness. A drug test policy can help maintain a safe work environment. References from previous employers should be requested and verified to gauge their work ethic and performance. Ensuring the apprentice's personality is compatible with the work environment and team dynamics is an important factor. When determining salary, firstly, check with the local electrical union to determine prevailing wages for apprentices. Secondly, research salary data from websites like Glassdoor, Indeed, or Salary.com to establish industry benchmarks. Thirdly, consider the apprentice's level of experience and any additional qualifications or certifications they may hold. Fourthly, assess the availability of qualified electrical apprentices in the area and adjust the salary accordingly. Be prepared to negotiate a salary that is fair and competitive while considering the apprentice's skills and the company's budget. It's vital that the apprentice understands basic electrical theory. Ohm's law is fundamental, stating that voltage equals current times resistance. This is expressed as volts equals amps times ohms. Understanding how these parameters relate is crucial for circuit analysis. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for safe electrical installations. It's important to be familiar with relevant sections of the NEC. Common topics include wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. Understanding how to diagnose and resolve electrical problems is a key skill. This may involve using a multimeter to measure voltage, amperage, and resistance. Being able to trace circuits and identify faulty components is very valuable. Basic math skills are essential for electrical work. This includes being able to calculate voltage, amperage, resistance, and power. For example, if you know the voltage and resistance, you can calculate the amperage using Ohm's law. Remodel work often involves basic carpentry skills. This may include using a measuring tape to accurately measure distances, cutting lumber to the correct size, and installing drywall to cover walls and ceilings. A background check can help identify any potential issues with an applicant's past. This may include criminal records, driving violations, or other red flags. A drug testing policy can help ensure that employees are not under the influence of drugs or alcohol while working. This can help prevent accidents and injuries. Checking references from previous employers can provide valuable insights into an applicant's work ethic and performance. This can help you assess whether they are a good fit for the job. Consider the apprentice's level of experience and any additional qualifications or certifications they may hold. This may include an electrical apprenticeship, a journeyman electrician license, or other relevant certifications. Assessing the availability of qualified electrical apprentices in your area can help you determine a competitive salary. If there's a high demand for apprentices, you may need to offer a higher salary to attract qualified candidates. Some common NEC sections that are relevant to remodel work include Article 210. For branch circuits, Article 250. For grounding and bonding, Article 300. For wiring methods, and Article 400. For flexible cords and cables. When troubleshooting electrical problems, it's important to follow a systematic approach. This may involve, firstly, gathering information about the problem, secondly, inspecting the circuit, thirdly, testing the components, and fourthly, repairing or replacing the faulty components. When calculating power, the formula is power equals voltage times amperage. Power is measured in watts. For example, a 120-volt circuit with a 15 amps breaker can supply a maximum of 1800 watts. When working with electrical circuits, it's important to take safety precautions. This includes, firstly, wearing appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE), such as safety glasses and gloves. Secondly, de-energizing the circuit before working on it. Thirdly, using insulated tools. And fourthly, following all applicable safety regulations. When running new wiring, it's important to use the correct size wire for the load. The NEC provides tables that specify the minimum wire size for different amperage ratings. For example, Table 310.15b16 lists the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors. When installing outlets, it's important to follow the NEC requirements for spacing and location. The NEC requires that outlets be installed so that no point along the full line is more than 6 feet from an outlet. When installing can lights, it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC requirements. Can lights should be installed in accordance with their listing. When working in attics, it's important to be aware of potential hazards such as exposed wiring, insulation, and pests. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, and take precautions to avoid injury. When working with older wiring, it's important to be aware of potential problems such as brittle insulation, loose connections, and aluminum wiring. Inspect the wiring carefully and make any necessary repairs or replacements. When working with ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, it's important to understand how they work and how to test them. GFCIs are designed to protect people from electrical shock. When working with arc fault circuit interrupters, also known as FSIs, it's important to understand how they work and how to test them. FSIs are designed to protect against electrical fires. When working with electrical panels, it's important to be aware of potential hazards such as exposed busbars and high voltage components. Take precautions to avoid electrical shock. When working with transformers, it's important to understand how they work and how to connect them properly. Transformers are used to step up or step down voltage. When working with motors, it's important to understand how they work and how to wire them properly. Motors are used to power a variety of equipment. When working with control circuits, it's important to understand how they work and how to troubleshoot them. Control circuits are used to control the operation of electrical equipment. When working with lighting systems, it's important to understand the different types of lighting and how to install them properly. Lighting systems are used to provide illumination. When working with heating systems, it's important to understand the different types of heating systems and how to wire them properly. Heating systems are used to provide heat. When working with air conditioning systems, it's important to understand the different types of air conditioning systems and how to wire them properly. Air conditioning systems are used to provide cooling. When working with renewable energy systems, it's important to understand the different types of renewable energy systems and how to install them properly. Renewable energy systems are used to generate electricity from renewable sources such as solar and wind. When working with smart home systems, it's important to understand how they work and how to install them properly. Smart home systems are used to control various aspects of the home, such as lighting, temperature, and security. Apprentices should be aware of the importance of proper grounding and bonding. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the overcurrent protective device, while bonding ensures that all metallic parts are at the same electrical potential, reducing the risk of shock. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding in Article 250. It's essential to understand the requirements for different types of systems and equipment. Overcurrent protection is another critical aspect of electrical safety. Overcurrent protective devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect circuits from overloads and short circuits. The NEC provides requirements for overcurrent protection in Article 240. It's important to select the correct size overcurrent protective device for the circuit and to ensure that it is properly installed. Wiring methods are the different ways that electrical conductors can be installed. The NEC provides requirements for various wiring methods in Chapter 3. Common wiring methods include firstly, non-metallic sheath cable, also known as Romex. Secondly, electrical metallic tubing, also known as EMT. Thirdly, rigid metal conduit, also known as RMC. And fourthly, flexible metal conduit, also known as FMC. Each wiring method has its own advantages and disadvantages, and it's important to select the appropriate wiring method for the application. Flexible cords and cables are used to connect portable equipment to electrical outlets. The NEC provides requirements for flexible cords and cables in Article 400. It's important to select the correct type of cord or cable for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Electrical boxes are used to enclose electrical connections and to provide a mounting point for devices such as outlets and switches. The NEC provides requirements for electrical boxes in Article 314. It's important to select the correct size and type of box for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Wiring devices are devices such as outlets, switches, and receptacles that are used to connect electrical equipment to the electrical system. The NEC provides requirements for wiring devices in Article 406. It's important to select the correct type of wiring device for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Luminaires are complete lighting units, including the lamp, the fixture, and the ballast, if applicable. The NEC provides requirements for luminaires in Article 410. It's important to select the correct type of luminaire for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Appliances are electrical equipment that is used for a specific purpose, such as cooking, heating, or cooling. The NEC provides requirements for appliances in Article 422. It's important to select the correct type of appliance for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Motors are electrical machines that convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. The NEC provides requirements for motors in Article 430. It's important to select the correct type of motor for the application and to ensure that it is properly installed. Control circuits are electrical circuits that are used to control the operation of electrical equipment. The NEC provides requirements for control circuits in Article 725. It's important to design and install control circuits in accordance with the NEC requirements.